You mean you'll save it?
I'll save it for the podcast.
See how long it takes for them to catch on. Oh wait, I have to stop the music now. YouTube doesn't like it. Oops.
Pause.
What?
I'm still typing
The list.
The list?
The lid.
The lid.
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 The
Lid.
lid.
Freeze!
What kind of dog do you have?
American Eskimo.
Fucking fluffy one.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
White
yeah.
as shit, too. Take that as you will.
It's so fluffy.
Yes, I'm watching the Pens game at Smitty's tonight. So
We're going to lose.
L, yeah. No, undefeated when watching with Smitty, I think.
Oh.
Unlike Sarge.
Wow.
undefeated when watching them. They lost that game to the Blackhawks that we were talking, but Gabby was there.
Kaiser.
Null and void.
Kaiser was there too.
Got a question from Sarge. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. How in your right mind can you possibly have a podcast today? Or did you forget that in 1727, Jews were expelled from Ukraine by Empress Catherine I of Russia?
We're bringing that up.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid.
That's why the Penguins lost the game.
That's why they're losing tonight.
I have the list now whenever we're ready.
Okay. The song?
You can go with what's it called? Spoil my night.
All right.
What's it called?
Welcome to another episode of Around the 412. I'm Tyler, and with me as always are Smitty and Herb. How's it going, guys?
What's good?
I hope everyone heard you whispering along with that because your mic was live.
Oh, I thought it was off.
No.
Nice.
I don't think they did because I couldn't hear it. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys could. I was kind of just mouthing it.
Good point.
But got a guest with us, huh?
I mean, I don't think he's a guest at this point. I think he's a regular.
3 times.
Third
My
time,
third
yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Put me on the payroll.
There's a payroll?
Yeah.
We're gonna put ourselves on the payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know what's with everybody today, but no one really wants to ask a legitimate question, except for
Oh.
Ryan Platt through Snapchat asked me a legitimate question.
Oh. Well.
So we'll do that first. Would we consider the Penn season a bust if they lose tonight? And I don't know. I think. I mean,
I've
also if
changed
they
my
lose Game
stance.
7, I don't think it's different.
I've changed my stance from
What?
when we were first asked this question way back at the beginning of the season. No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'll be mad for maybe 5 minutes.
I'm like the team that would lose to.
Yeah.
In this
Yeah.
scenario sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like regardless of when it happens, I'm gonna be mad.
Mm.
But
So that's the thing. If we lose to Tampa in the next round, if we make it there, I don't care. I really don't.
still gonna
It's
be
just-
pissed when it happens.
It's just the
It's-
fact it's
yeah.
the Capitals.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
And it wasn't the Flyers, thank God.
Yeah. Well, the Wing Bash podcast, I like joked around and said like you sleepwalk until the Eastern Conference Final when you play Tampa,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
essentially like what they're gonna do.
And the
But
games they've lost so far, they have slept walk through.
yeah, and I was talking to Hannah earlier, and I was like, honestly, if they go and if they beat Washington and then get swept by Tampa, it's like, all right, well at least like Washington didn't make it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's more of who we would lose to rather than us losing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, it's like I said, regardless of when they lose, I'm gonna be pissed in the moment. But
No.
it's one of those things when I look back on, I'm not gonna want to look back and be okay with losing to the Capitals.
Yeah.
But like the Lightning in the Eastern Conference Final attempting a three-peat.
And I know I want to see what Tyler thinks because I know at the beginning of the season he said it'd be a bust if they don't make the ECF. Do you still stand by that?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not changing.
You spoiled baby.
It's a good thing to be spoiled.
I know. Jamal doesn't think that, by the way.
Doesn't think what?
He doesn't like Penguins fans because they're spoiled. Sam has polluted them.
Sam sucks when it comes to talking
No,
about
like,
hockey.
okay, no. Here's the thing. The thing that pisses me off is he goes, look at the vocal minority that's very, very small and ignore everything else.
Well, who? Sam or Jamal?
Sam. And
Because
it's slowly seeping into Jamal.
Sam is the exact same thing that he hates,
Yeah.
except for baseball.
Yeah, and he doesn't understand
I was just
that.
say, I really don't disagree with what Sam says about Penguin fans.
I don't either.
But
Neither do I, but he is the other thing I don't like is he's literally the same thing.
I've told this to him multiple times. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
To a T. And he just doesn't understand that.
No, I've said that on Twitter. Like, I hate Penguins fans that are Penguins only fans.
Yeah, me
that
too.
they voice their opinion more than people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
Sam
AIDS.
does the same thing.
Who'd you say asked that question?
Ryan Platt.
Platt? Never met him.
Yeah.
Really?
Never met him. Never.
He's
not in
kind of like
person.
just getting into hockey. I mean, he's somebody that's more of a Pirate fan. It's
I was
probably
gonna-
for him like Pirates, Steelers.
I've
Penguins.
seen
But-
I've seen his tweets and stuff, and he's like knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So like I can't even be
Yeah.
upset at like anything he would say because
Yeah.
he seems like very reasonable. I've just never met him in person.
He's
Fair
funny because it's kind of like Jamal, where it's like just the always optimist approach.
Yeah. And
But-
learning about hockey. So.
Yeah.
I mean, being like a baseball first guy in Pittsburgh, you kind of have to be.
Yeah.
You'll drive yourself insane.
Tell me
Mhm.
about it.
Other than that, were Anthony's questions legitimate or like?
One of them was.
Okay, well then which
One of them.
So should I do the funny one or the
Legitimate one.
legitimate one.
first.
Because I'm doing both.
Yeah.
Who's gonna have a big game for the Pens tonight and why?
Kessel, because
Somebody that hasn't, and that's been most of the players.
Somebody that hasn't this.
So not the
playoffs?
first
Yeah.
line.
I'm going to start this conversation right now. Chris Letang is going to have a great night.
I'm gonna
Uh,
say it
did
takes you like half of a
I thi-
period to talk shit on
I
them.
think that
You're probably right.
it sounds like it sounds like Sullivan and him literally had like a sit down, like 1-on-1,
Good,
based off what
because
was
the
done.
fucker can't play defense anymore.
Okay,
Let's make him a wing. I mean, there's an easy solution.
Yeah, I know.
somebody who hasn't yet this plate. Rust.
It's not-
Elimination game.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Elimination game. He hasn't. He scored game 1 against the Flyers. I think he might have scored another one later in that series.
He scored against in game 5.
Did he?
Well, we could have eliminated them, but we lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah, he
disgusting
put us up
noise.
2-1.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there were so many goals in that series. It's kind of hard to remember like who scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored.
It's
He scored
like-
the first goal of the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and he scored the first one in the playoffs.
I remember what I wanted to bring up with you, but I'll
Was it
bring it
just
up in a
last
minute.
year?
Okay.
Did he get the I think he got the first one last year from Kessel. Kessel like kicked him the puck.
Against Columbus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think he scored twice.
I think
I
so.
think he scored twice. No, not the first game. He scored twice in game 5 when we eliminated him. Elimination game Rust. We're going Brian Rust.
It's got to be somebody besides Sid
And Gensel.
Gensel.
And Gensel, yeah.
God, he's
I mean,
rough.
if it is, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
I'm not gonna complain.
A W is a W.
Yeah.
No, but like, I'll talk about it more when we get to. Okay, what's the next question?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of Ryan Callahan?
Ooh.
That's funny.
Not-
Ask DJ Khaled's
Not
wife.
two.
Yeah, that's DJ Khaled's wife, yeah. Mentally, I think it takes about 1, because I think he was pretty scarred from that.
Are we?
Just imagine, like, how do you even respond?
You got your upper lip licked in the middle of a game when
by
you're
another,
covered in
by
sweat
another grown, well, kind of grown man.
by a rat.
Did you hear what Marshawn said about that?
What?
No.
After the game, it was like a montage of reactions. There was like Callahan, John Cooper, and then Marshawn, and he was like, "Well, I mean, he kind of like got in my face and like hit me a couple times." So, and I was like, "Yeah, but like you hit him back. Like I've never once like been like pushed or shoved or hit or anything." And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna lick that guy once and
Just
see what he has
imagine
to say about
Just
that.
imagine being in a fist fight.
Yeah, and you're like, hold on, and you get close enough where you can lick the guy.
You get close enough to where he doesn't punch you. He just
But-
lets you get right up on him.
Yeah,
You have him like pinned on the ground.
but I mean, I see what they say like about like spitting is like a game misconduct.
Yeah.
If you like spit on
Yeah.
someone, you know, like
We didn't get to talk about that since
So,
since we had a week
Yeah,
off.
we've missed a lot.
Man, Caps fans are stupid.
Well, hold on a second. Actually, when we did the last podcast we did was our live podcast.
Yes.
At that point, the Pens were up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've missed a lot
Yeah.
on here.
Well, before we get to that, 'cause that'll be part of the hockey. The question that I wanted to bring up with him, that we brought up on PlayStation the other night is, anyone on these past 2 seasons teams would you want back? I have a name that will kind of surprise you probably.
It's probably Ron Hainsey.
Scott Wilson.
What the why?
We were talking about that.
He
Yeah,
showed
that's
up in the
weird that you brought
playoffs.
that up.
He showed up in the playoffs. Whenever he played.
I think he only had like 2 goals, but they seemed to be like goals that
Well timed.
one. Yeah, he scored one against Columbus, and then he scored one against Nashville. I think in like game 2.
He's also better than Carter Rowney.
Who doesn't play?
But can he play center? That's like
Yeah.
because that seems to be the issue. That was the issue that like everyone.
Well, I mean-
everyone thought it was solidified. Like, damn, like you're not going to be able to match up against these guys, and it seems like they're matching up against everybody except for Sid. I mean, I know Malkin got hurt, but
Yeah.
it seems like the matchups aren't like an issue. It's just Sidney Crosby being the best player in the world and Gensel having some of the best hockey sense I've ever seen out of someone who's only 23.
Yeah.
It's annoying as hell, the fact that like Sid's job he's making everybody's life easier. Like they're not going to put their top line out there against anybody else, and yet Malkin, like you said, was hurt, but Sheahan's line and Brassard's line have done shit when they are going up against.
Brassard is
Pairing-
going through the Sheahan phase where he
As
can't
far
get
as
anything.
I was going to say, as far as point production, yeah. As far as like what I see on the ice, I'm not like, damn, he looks bad. There's a couple times like Phil Kessel might be my favorite player, and I look at him and I'm like, you don't look good at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I've said that like Phil looks like Phil. He even had 2 points last game, and I still haven't had a game this playoffs where I'm like Phil looks like Phil.
Yeah.
Brass's line against Philly, aside from like Sid and Gensel putting up all those points, was probably our most consistent line
Yeah.
in both zones
Yeah.
for the entire series. And probably Washington too until Brass got his ice time cut. I mean, he's scoring chance after scoring. He literally just can't put the
Yeah.
puck in the net.
He's just
That's the
snake-bitten.
only issue. If they're scoring and we're still down 3-2 in the series, what do we talk about then? Sheahan not producing? He wasn't brought here to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What are we back at Letang not being able to consistently play defense?
It's everything.
Herb's been at that.
You have to.
yeah.
Hey, once
We
again,
talked about that the first time I was on.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere he was like, Chris Letang is bad. air quotes. That's exactly what he
Yeah.
said. And
At least I'm consistent.
yeah, no, I don't blame you there, but like at the same time he's
Consistently
not,
bad.
he's not you're not going to scratch Letang.
No.
You're not going to scratch Letang even if it's let's say we go to the Eastern Conference Final. You're not going to be like, "All right, well, you're going to sit for game 1 just to get." No, it's not an option.
Onwick, come on.
I don't
Yeah.
even think that's an option like in the regular season.
No.
Honestly, like I think Sid has been a healthy scratch one time, like his entire career, and that
Yeah.
was like right whenever Sullivan first took over, and he came back and he's been on a tear ever since.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was against I think like Minnesota. No, right before they played Minnesota, right after Christmas, right after Sullivan took over. That's like the
Yeah.
only time he's been like a healthy scratch.
Now, to clarify, because I realize I've never done this, when I say Letang is bad, my qualification for bad is not being able to use your brain, which is why I'm bad at life. He is bad at defense.
Wah, wah.
I mean, I literally said that on Twitter the other night, and nobody acknowledged it. And I was like, okay, cool. Plus, do you like my
Yeah.
meme?
I guess. I don't know. I feel like
We see the mistakes, but there's nothing there to support that he's actually bad at defense.
The mistakes are the problem. It's
Okay,
nothing.
But
it's-
you said your problem with Chris Letang that you figured out was the giveaways. We've already covered that the best defensemen in the NHL are the ones that lead the league in giveaways.
okay. Here's the point. I for the 1,000th time will say I'm not taking anything away from him from center ice in the offensive zone. That's all him. The mental lapses are the problem. I don't understand how somebody who I've seen multiple times make the correct decision and execute properly throughout his entire career can all of a sudden just go, oh, yep, I don't know what to do here.
I mean, I feel like a stroke and like a couple neck surgeries will do that maybe, but
Still,
at the
he
same
was
time,
fine earlier in the season.
I don't think so because we've been having this conversation. Like last time I was on, it was
It's
in
gotten worse
December.
throughout the season for me.
I don't know if it's gotten worse. I feel like it's been magnified because now they're in the playoffs and his couple mistakes that he's made in the series have cost them.
I mean, he was fantastic in Game 4,
Yeah, he was.
and I know that Jesse Marshall, who is good for tweeting out, like the advanced stuff, like saying, that he only had like two scoring chances against when on the ice, and they generated like 15 when he was on the ice
Yeah.
or whatever, stuff like that. He's good for staying like that, but nobody else says anything, and then he has a bad game to go down 3-2, and he's the worst player in Pittsburgh Penguins history.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd be having this conversation if he wasn't our highest paid defenseman and third
No.
highest paid player.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be having this conversation whatsoever.
You know who
That's
else
what's awesome about Brian Dumoulin is like he got that huge payday in the offseason, and he's probably been our best defenseman all year.
Yeah.
All year, honestly, into the playoffs. Duma's probably been our second or third most consistent.
Yeah.
And he's not meant to do that.
No.
So, I don't
See,
know.
being at the game in Game 4, I thought he was pretty bad in Game 4. He turned the puck over 3 times in our zone.
I mean, as
Yeah.
far
And
as
it was kind of
consistency
role
goes,
reversal.
That's the thing. Like, as far as consistency goes,
Yeah,
though,
you're not
like,
going to get every game, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not going to go 16-0. So,
You know who else has looked pretty bad? Mata. He had a pretty good game,
Dude,
game 5, but
he got screwed up in Game 3 when Wilson slew-footed him and didn't get called, and then they came back and scored the game-winning goal.
I still
Like, that
don't-
screwed him up.
It probably did. I don't think, like, to me, I don't think that affected the play that much just because he is such a slow skater. But come on, that's a penalty. Like, the play
That's
should be
where it
dead
affects
right
it
then
at.
and there.
that's
Yeah.
that's where it affects. It's not him getting. It's not a point
Yeah.
of him getting back. It's
Exactly.
a point of
It's a
Wilson
point
going
of
to
as
the
soon as they
box.
touch the puck, that shit.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I saw people like, well, if he's able to get back, it's like he's not getting back. Period.
No. I mean, it's definitely not. It doesn't look that 2-on-1 the same way. Like, at least he's able to put pressure on one of those guys
Yeah.
to an extent. I mean, Hornquist tried to get back, but he was so far away. But I mean, we're talking so much about the Penguins right now. But we're still not even supposed to be talking about them yet.
Oh, well.
But
we can keep going.
I don't know. I mean,
Chad Ruhwedel's looked really, really good.
he has.
Is there any way you
And see,
take
that's
him out of the top 6?
No, and
No.
that's the thing that I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I think we still have people complaining about like the Brassard trade because we gave up Cole. That to me would only be an issue if Chad Ruhwedel was being terrible,
Yep.
playing terrible right now.
And even then, Ian Cole sucked.
He was their worst defenseman in their playoff series.
Credit,
for the
I don't
Blue
know
Jackets.
how he sucked that much, but he sucked.
The Caps have a good offense. I think he led the league. Well, technically didn't lead the league, but he had the worst plus-minus
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
He
And
also
they
had the
only-
least
and they only
ice time
played-
out of their defensemen.
And they only played 6 games.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I mean, I know like plus-minus like sucks. Like it's AIDS, but if you're going to look at it that way, I mean, he was what in their top 4.
Yeah.
He just wasn't.
I
getting
think
the
he was
ice
playing with
time.
Savard, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He just wasn't getting the ice time. But it's Brooks Orpik. He was on the ice for the 3 Penguins goals.
Yeah.
He was on ice.
Like
for all 3
I
of
don't
them.
like
So,
I don't like plus minus, but to me it's almost kind of like batting average in baseball. Like you can't totally discredit it. Like I
Yeah.
care about on base percentage more than batting
Yeah.
average, but
yeah, it's an indicator, but it's not the truth.
Yeah.
If that's the way to put it.
yeah. I mean, we've seen Sid go an entire season and end up being a negative player, but like his rookie year, I think he was a minus
His rookie
1.
year, he was
Yeah.
a -1. He scored 102 points.
That team was bad,
yeah, the
Yeah.
team was trash. They finished 29th,
I think.
something like that. Yeah.
God.
And then drafted Stahl.
Mm-hmm.
A pick-
Imagine
a-
drafting Taves over Stahl. Can't relate.
Can't relate. Who would be the captain? Oh God,
You have to go Crosby.
I was being a dick.
I
Yeah,
know.
obviously.
That's not a real question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Always, like whenever it
On
comes
Team
to being
Canada,
a
it's
leader,
a question though.
it's not a question
I'm joking.
because
No.
Crosby's a
I
captain.
know.
And whenever they were in juniors, Letang was also the captain.
Really?
Over Taves. I
They-
think we talked about this whenever I was here.
Yeah,
and
they
December,
agree that Tays can be captain for Team Canada, so Sid will be captain for the Penguins, or vice versa.
Or Sid for
could just-
both.
Yeah, or Sid could just be the captain for both.
I'm saying those two come to an agreement.
But they wouldn't.
But we're not going to do that.
All right.
We're forgetting Gino's on the team too.
yeah.
Well, we're just
Canada.
we're just circle back to the NHL because there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
More
a
so.
lot.
But we only have. Should we even bring up these stupid ass questions?
No.
I want to bring up Sarge's just as it made me laugh
Yeah.
because he texted me.
It's factual.
Is it
Yeah.
even a question?
Okay, so got a
Well, yeah.
This is a text from Sarge. Got a podcast question. How in your right mind can you possibly have a podcast today? Or did you forget that in 1727 Jews were expelled from Ukraine by Empress Catherine I of Russia? Honestly, if I had known, I wouldn't have shown up.
You
feel like
said
out
that
of
text too late.
I feel like out of respect, we shouldn't be doing this.
This is coming from the same kid who will like randomly go on my Instagram from like 3 years ago and just copy and paste the Pledge of Allegiance in the comments. That has happened. That has actually
Yeah.
happened.
It's happened to a couple of my photos too.
Sarge, if you do it to mine, I will punch you in the throat.
It was funny the first time.
Yeah. The
But,
first time.
Yeah.
The 6th time, not so much. Yeah, I don't know why we're doing it.
And I guess we can bring up Joey Bag of Donuts because it's relevant
I'll let you guys answer
based
that.
off last night. I gotta go look at the wording of this. Would you buy a bottle of Marc-Andre Fleury's farts?
Anyone?
No.
No.
Tyler?
I do have his jersey.
I don't
That's as far as-
understand the question.
That's as far as I'm going.
I don't understand.
What?
Like, where's the context?
There is
Why?
no context.
Yeah, why?
There is no why. It is just a question.
No,
No.
but that's not the point. Who asked that? Why?
Because Vegas is in the conference final.
And
he's the best,
Disney
and he's the
movie.
best goalie in hockey right now.
Is he, though? Yes, he is.
But did he win back-to-back cups as a rookie? I don't think so. Fire everyone up. That's why I'm here.
Send it.
I decided to do this. I decided to take a screenshot of the first 3 years Fleury was here and the first 3 years of Matt Murray's career.
Oh, boy.
So, first 3 years of Fleury's career, 8.96 save percentage, 8.98, 9.06. Goals against, 3.64, 3.25, 2.83. For Matt Murray, 0.93 save percentage, 0.923, 0.907. Goals against, 2, even, 2.41, 2.92.
Wow. People just got too attached to Fleury. That's literally...
Well,
I love them both.
Me
the
too.
thing about
But the
comparing
thing
those stats, the team that Fleury was on his first
Oh,
few
yeah.
years was ass.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, you can also look at Fleury's final 2 years here, where they were both on the team.
Where they were both at. Or, well, he was ass. Generally.
And
Except for in the playoffs, yeah.
and Fleury had a 9. Okay, so since Murray came in 15-16, 0.921, 0.909, 0.927 for no, never mind.
Yeah.
Because that's in Vegas. So 0.921 and 0.909 for Fleury
Oh,
with a 2.29 goals against and 3.02 goals against. Murray would have had 0.93 and 0.923 with a 2 and 2.41.
Damn. Damn.
Wow.
So both years Matt Murray was better.
It's just a homer thing.
And then I also looked at, I didn't take a screenshot of them, so I don't really feel like going back and look, but
Yeah.
you can look at like even strength to save percentage on the power play and shorthanded. And Fleury was surprisingly a little bit better shorthanded,
I'm not... yeah.
but everything else Matt Murray
Yeah.
was better at.
I accidentally retweeted it from the podcast account. I meant to favorite it just to bring it up, but somebody said, like, I'm not rooting for Fleury. Where'd he go from 2011 to 2015? He disappeared. And I'm like, you're not totally wrong. You're not totally
The team,
right. To be fair, that
Team wasn't good.
the 2012 team should have been the Stanley Cup champions.
You got
that
swept.
team-
2012-13,
Yeah.
like when we got Iginla
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an all-star team.
That got swept.
in
Yes.
the Eastern Conference Final.
Because goaltending was bad and defense was
I mean,
bad.
yeah, Vokoun
Goaltending, I don't even think was
yeah.
bad
Goal-
because
No, they just
Go-
couldn't score. They
They
scored 2
could-
goals in that whole series.
Oh, did they?
yeah,
when they
They
got
scored
swept,
2
yeah.
goals in that entire series, I think. Max 3.
Pulled our best LA Kings out of our ass.
Yeah.
But Vokoun was the goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have
Yeah.
been the Pens Hawks final.
Man,
So,
I still want that. Just
At
to watch.
this point, it would lose its integrity.
yeah.
Yeah, it would. But hockey Twitter would be so good.
It's kind of like, unfortunately, we never got a Kobe LeBron NBA Finals.
Oh.
We never got a Pens
Yeah.
Blackhawks
Yeah.
final.
yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron blames himself for that.
Does he?
Yeah, because in 2009, after the Olympics, they said that they were going to meet in the finals, and Kobe got there, and LeBron didn't. He lost in the conference final.
He was still in the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
it
was
was
by
before he left.
himself. He was by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He blames
Yeah.
himself for not. He blames himself for not getting there.
I mean, it was just him. So
Yeah. I mean,
Still
he
kind
didn't-
of is just him.
Yeah, he,
Yeah.
Didn't, he didn't have a team until he played in Miami.
Yeah.
And then him and Kyrie, and I guess you can count Kevin Love too. But,
yeah, kinda.
um,
he's white.
I'm saying whenever he first came over,
Oh,
not
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
I don't get him.
We
I don't
scored
wanna talk
2
about
goals.
Basketball, but he's like 7 foot tall and he doesn't have any motivation to rebound. He just stands at 3-point line.
He lost all that weight. What'd you
White,
say?
We scored 2 goals.
That series?
Who scored him?
3-0, 6-1, 2-1.
Brandon Sutter
1-0.
scored 1, I think.
It was
I missed the last game because we had our
Brandon Sutter
graduation.
scored 1 in game 2,
Yeet.
and Kunitz in game 3.
My favorite Penguin whenever he was here, Brandon Sutter.
Me too.
Still have his jersey.
I actually might.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I might.
I do.
Jerseys that I've retired. Brandon Sutter,
Everyone
Paul
not
Martin,
named Broussard.
Bo Bennett,
Boo.
another number 19.
Yeah.
I saw Bo Bennett jersey when we were at the game.
Did
Christ.
you?
Was it a tiny?
Does he play
blonde
hockey
chick?
anymore?
I don't
I
think,
don't think
he
so.
like went to the Devils and then
Disappeared.
he wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it
He
was
should
only
just
one
be
year.
like a Twitter personality. He's
Spit
great
and
on Twitter.
Chicklets. He should just be on Spit and Chicklets.
Yeah, he is funny. That's the thing. Like he like makes jokes about himself, and it's great.
Yeah, that's what Paul
He's a good
Bissonnette
sport
does.
about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that reminded me of the conversation him, Bissonnette, and Carcillo had on Twitter. A couple
oh
nights
my
ago.
God,
I
yeah.
didn't see it.
I like Dan Carcillo.
Me too.
Basically, like Dan Carcillo was, going
Against
after.
Tom Wilson. I
Yeah,
saw that. I
but
didn't see
What's
what came
weird is
after
like,
that.
yeah. So like, it started with Jeremy Roenick. At least to my knowledge, like Dan Carcillo was going at Jeremy Roenick.
What
Just
an
Jeremy
asshole.
Roenick said that shouldn't have been a suspendable.
Jeremy
hit,
Roenick
yeah.
also made comments about Druin's work ethics.
Yeah,
better than
and I
Crosby's,
kind of
so.
missed Bissonnette's like point of view on it, but I saw them going back and forth.
Yeah, so Bissonnette liked the tweet that essentially
Yeah.
said concussions aren't a problem. And Carcillo went, well, what side are you on? And Bissonnette's like, hey, I work for a podcast. I favorited this to bring it up. So relax.
Yeah.
I mean, I get both sides of it. I think it was a little overreaction from Carcillo, but I understand it,
I
knowing
mean,
what he's been
Yeah,
through.
I'm curious as to what Carcillo that day. He just had to be like,
On
he was
one.
going off
Yeah,
on
he
Twitter.
was- he was
His
mad.
hands were probably shaking as he was typing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But it'd be cool, like, if he got it. Like, he already said that he would he decide like the next day that he was donating his brain
I think so.
to. Yeah,
Because he got fucked up a couple times when he was in the NHL.
yeah.
Remember whenever Dan Carcillo was a Penguin for like 2 weeks?
No.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No.
On like a PTO.
Yeah.
Was he on a PTO?
Remember
Pretty
when
sure.
Bissonnette was a Penguin?
LMAO. They made him change his number.
Did they?
They made him. He wore number 67. That was like Sid's rookie year or
Oh.
Sid's second year. And he wore 67, and they made him change it because it looked too similar to
Yeah.
87. So he's wearing like
From
fucking
the press-
16.
From the press box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
It was with that old like shitty Vegas gold font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I just got a ton of questions like all at once,
Send him. Let's
Alright,
do
well,
it.
good thing-
all from a group
Rapid
chat.
fire.
All
now.
right.
Who is it? Who's in the group chat?
No one you know.
All right.
Well,
Well, never
is
mind.
it the
Discard
Fortnite
all.
squad?
of them.
Well,
It depends. Twitter.
Smitty knows some of them. It's like Ryan Anthony,
okay.
his brother Jesse. But so some of them are legitimate, some of them are.
Just ask him. Let's
It's
go.
Okay.
rapid fire.
Did Letang have another stroke on that play? That's not a legitimate one, I don't
No.
think.
That's like sad.
It is.
Yeah, I know,
Dick.
but a low key funny. Has Kessel gone full retard?
Yeah, well.
There's another one. Then that's the Licks one for Ryan Callahan again. Okay. What's been the biggest difference compared to the last 2 years to this year's team?
As far as
Secondary
the Pens go?
score. Yeah, I think secondary scoring.
Secondary scoring and
Goaltending.
Matt Murray's not been.
Yeah.
He's been average.
He's had some really good games.
Yeah.
But,
He's had some really good saves.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's had a great game.
Not this series.
I mean,
No, Fleury
first-
played the Capitals last year.
first
Yeah.
game, which we won 3-2. Penguins offense only showed up for like 5 minutes. They scored all 3 goals in that
Yeah.
point. I feel like the Capitals should have won that game.
Oh yeah.
But Murray
Really,
made
the
some
series
saves.
could be over right now.
But
The
I feel
series
like you
could
could say
be
that
over
either
either
way.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like 3 and 5, we threw away in the third.
And I don't even think it's fully thrown away. I think it's puck luck. A lot of it.
Yeah, that and like we're actually playing a team now that like
Can play hockey.
they could last year. Now they just really have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like nobody. They came in basically the same way that I felt about the Pirates this year. It's like I
House
came
money.
in with no expectations whatsoever, and
Yeah.
like it's more enjoyable to watch. And I feel like that's what the Caps
Well,
did.
Smitty the other night on PlayStation, I don't think you were there. It said it reminded him of the Penguins beating the Rangers back in what?
Like when the first of the back-to-backs, so 15-16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like-
first round.
Yeah, like so the first 2 the 2 years prior to that, we just got our asses kicked, bounced, and like our hearts broken. In one of those, we blew a 3-1 lead, and then
Oh yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Marty St.
Yeah.
Louis year, right?
Yeah,
and
his
then
mom died,
Yeah.
and then he
Rip.
scored on Mother's Day.
Yep.
Pissed.
and then so to me, this series like kind of reminds me of that. It's like us overcoming the Rangers in 5, the first of the back-to-back years, is like kind of what the Caps are doing to us now.
There's a difference here.
Not saying that they will.
There's a difference in the fact the Penguins haven't had an off season.
There's a difference in the fact that that's not actually going to happen.
Yeah, good point.
LMAO.
You
We're
have to
nuts.
wear your Brassard
But if it does,
jersey, right?
that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Is like us finally overcoming them.
We're nuts.
All right. So to me, yeah, bottom 6 scoring hasn't been there.
Yeah.
Goaltending hasn't been there.
But the
Yeah.
chances have been. That's the thing. If they just weren't producing and like they were just turnover machines and like
Yeah.
in the defensive zone the entire time, I feel like that's different.
And Holtby's been so lucky.
Holtby's
there have been
been-
times where they just shot it into like the knob of his stick.
He's also been like
If
pretty
you-
spectacular at some
I
points.
think if you
Yeah.
if
over
you
the past
switch
2
the
seasons-
goaltenders,
past 2 seasons, I don't
That's probably
think.
sweet.
Yeah, I don't think at any point over the past 2 seasons, I said like, wow, Holtby looks good. It was just
Yeah.
a matter of them outscoring us.
Yeah,
The games that the Caps won.
agreed.
So I
And
don't know.
Holtby looks pretty
I
damn
guess
good.
I guess we'll see.
He
I
looks
actually
good.
agreed with you. You had a tweet on Saturday,
Yikes.
and it was whenever Ovechkin. Was it the 2-1? I think you said Ovechkin. I think you were probably joking, but you said Ovechkin passed it. He really wants it this year.
yeah,
But there's some there's some truth to that.
I didn't even
though.
see that.
yeah, yeah. He passed it back to the front of the net, and there's another play where I don't know what Letang's doing, but kind of just he's looking at Ovechkin, even though there's
down
another
on
guy
one knee
coming.
in the
There's
crease.
another guy coming
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
net.
you take
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's another
like,
guy.
You're not playing the percentages.
But once again,
Yeah.
he's probably thinking, yeah, Ovechkin's not gonna pass his puck coming down here.
That's
But,
probably
yeah.
why. That's probably why Murray followed him into the corner.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I was like,
There is
oh,
some
geez.
truth to that.
Yeah, Ovechkin's not shooting the puck
That's
there.
funny. I didn't see that. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, and then the last one is will Brassard finally make an impact now that it's a do or die game?
I hope.
Okay, so
on the score sheet,
I told
Not specified.
on the score sheet, no, because I feel like it's just kind of like, well, switch over to the NBA real quick. The Raptors are about to get swept by LeBron.
What's
And
the
they're
NBA?
like-
yeah.
They're like nobody else. Yeah, exactly. They're like nobody.
Again.
If LeBron's gonna beat
Again.
us, then LeBron's gonna beat us.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same. I think that's the same way Philly went about it. They're like, well, if Crosby's gonna beat us, like, then that's that. Like, we're gonna struggle to match up against that. And I think the Caps are doing the same thing. And it's like they feel like their top 6 can score with our top 6, and then the bottom 6s are just a wash. So I feel like for us to win,
Without
like he
Backstrom,
has
though.
to. Yeah, I feel like for us to win in 7, he has to. Not just tonight, but
It doesn't help that he's a broken Kessel on his wing either.
yeah.
At least he
Well,
did
that's
for
the
part
thing.
of
I
the
Whenever-
I think Brassard's going to score tonight, and I'm going to tell you why. If Backstrom doesn't play, Lars Eller's playing the second line. Lars Eller's been the center that's been matching up with Brassard for the most of the time. So I don't even know who the hell's center in that line
Also,
now.
whenever he was like, that was our most consistent line. It was him, Sherry, and Rust.
Yeah.
On the third line, that was our most consistent line. Every time they touched the puck, we were in the offensive zone. We were cycling. We were wearing them down, and now they moved. Kessel crippled down to the third line. It just doesn't look good.
No.
Like Kessel just doesn't look good at all. He had 2 points
He's
last
and
night,
I don't
he still
understand why they
doesn't
haven't
look
handled
good.
the puck so much.
Put him on the 4th line.
I mean, you still I feel like I would be okay with them playing sprawling over him, but if you're gonna, I understand that you just want him out there. Like you still have that presence.
He's
Like-
still Phil Kessel.
Yeah, but the thing is, him on the first power play, especially with how much they're he's literally the entry guy right now for them, and I
Yeah.
don't understand why.
Yeah. That makes it. Honestly, at this point, why don't you just put Letang and Schultz both out there?
That's or Gensel.
Or that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
didn't
I'm
even
saying.
think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But if you put Letang and Schultz out there, like who else is out there with Ole? Because you're not running 4 forwards on the second power play. That's not happening.
The rig.
I was gonna say Alexia.
Yeah, I guess. Who carries the
God,
puck
he's
in?
look, he's
Ole.
looked good
What's
too.
Ole gonna do?
Ruhwedel?
What's Ole gonna do? Skate backwards. He's a
Ruhwedel-
faster backward skater than he
Ruhwedel
is
might
forward.
work. Ruhwedel might work.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be Dumoulin.
No.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely
he's
not.
he's been pretty damn good in the offensive zone though.
If they
I
did
know
if-
that penalty that he drew
Yeah.
on Ovechkin just last game.
Yeah.
Even when he got caught on that game-winning goal when Letang got
Oh, yeah.
destroyed in front of the net, he looked insane. I don't know how that puck didn't go in.
Yeah.
if they did do Schultz and Letang, it would work because they're both righties.
Yeah.
So
It's
one
one of
them-
those
one of them can
things
take the one time.
Going back to that though, with Dumoulin, it's like obviously in the moment he's just putting the puck on net. But if he would have just touched it over to
Backhand?
Kessel,
Or just
If it's
held
open
it
net,
and went
yeah.
backhand.
oh well, it's
Go
over. It's done.
Bardowski's.
That was it though from them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to
cycle back
switch.
to hockey.
Yeah, we're gonna switch to talk about hockey. The only thing I have in the NFL. So
Ben's
Ben
a
won on
bitch.
93-7, and see, I like that he said it. To be honest with you, to me, it's like
I
when
do
it-
too. I don't
unless
like how he said it.
unless he
Yeah,
plays
agreed.
like shit. Like, but I feel like what this does, the Rudolph pick is a great pick for two reasons. One, gives you insurance for whatever ends up going on with Ben. Two, it gives him more motivation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the Patriots took Garoppolo, their plan was to have him be the next guy. But what it ended up doing was firing up their franchise quarterback for even longer than they expected. So I think, at the least, what you're getting from the Rudolph pick is Ben for a longer period of time because he's pissed off.
He's a bitch. I'm gonna keep saying that. Like, I understand you don't want to lose your job, but when you keep bringing up the fact that, hey, I might retire, do you just expect the team to not have a contingency plan on you?
Oh, yeah, no, the Steelers have every right to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and he has every right
But
to not like it.
He was saying that
It doesn't help the
before
team win.
they brought in the guy that he wanted to be the offensive coordinator. Once that happened, there was no doubt in my mind he's playing at least 3 more years.
Yeah.
If Todd Haley was still here, then of course you're going to pick him, and Ben still did be contemplating retirement. But because he's not here anymore, that's not even the case.
Ben also brought up that he asked, is like the Dobbs pick a waste now?
Well, he's fighting for a roster spot.
Yeah.
I still think you cut Landry.
He's going to be on the practice squad, I think, Dobbs.
Probably.
I think
Ben-
Landry stays because, he's
Ben
been...
came out and said that Landry's going to be the one that has to teach them the playbook. That is going to have to teach Mason Rudolph the playbook.
Why?
That's what Ben
Because
said
Ben's not doing
in
it.
his interview because Ben's not going to do it.
So he's pulling a Brett Favre essentially.
He's pulling a James Harrison.
Yeah. Which is not
Essentially.
good.
If he pulls a Brett Favre, I don't care. Because look at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Look at how many times that failed though.
Yeah,
for
but
the other
look
teams.
at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Look at that 1 out of 100.
Yeah. That's what people's... not to bring up another thing, but 1
Yeah.
out of 100, that's the chances that Baker Mayfield's the next Drew Brees. And that's the chance they take.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was a terrible pick.
No, it's a good pick.
Baker the GOAT.
You think he's the next Drew Brees?
No. But
It's
I
the
don't
best
think
Browns
it's a terrible.
pick.
I've thought about it more, and I don't think it's that terrible.
Nobody was better than Deshaun Kaiser last year, and he was better than Johnny Manziel. And
People
he's
who
better-
compare
and
him
he
to
was
Johnny
better-
Manziel, I think, are idiots.
And he was better than. I was
I
just
think that's
going
his
down the
closest
list
comparison.
of Browns quarterbacks.
So
I'm not going to
how?
go through the full 25.
If
but-
you watch their styles of play, him and Johnny Manziel are nothing like each other
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Like
Why you have to be mad?
Because I don't get where the comparison is. Like if you
Why
want to
are you
compare their
pointing-
off-field crap, okay,
Why are you
whatever. But
pointing at
on
me?
okay, that's just my hand. But on the field, they're not alike. Johnny Manziel was a runner who would throw it up to Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield
Oh, Mike
is
Evans
a
was a good
gunslinger.
Yeah.
He's not a mobile quarterback.
See, every highlight pack I've seen him run.
He runs in the pocket, but he's not running downfield.
Oh.
He never that's not his go-to. He is like I said before, Baker Mayfield in this draft class is the most accurate quarterback in it.
You're probably not wrong in that.
I know I'm not wrong.
Christ.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, yeah.
Has the biggest
most
deep ball.
accurate, yeah. Most accurate.
What?
Deep ball thrower.
The biggest
Okay.
deep bomb.
Okay, I thought you just said D-bomb. I'm like, what?
Yeah. He knows how to lay the wood, lay the lumber.
Throwing bombs and pounding moms. Mason Rudolph.
Oh God. Well,
Make the shirt.
Make the shirt.
Send
You
it
guys
in.
make the shirt.
yeah. We already made one.
Throw
from
your
a quote
logo
from you.
on it.
Trademark.
Still
Quote
haven't
from
sold
me.
any. Yeah. Send nude.
That was Smitty.
Yeah.
Was it?
That's
Oh.
the episode he was on.
That was I was
I thought
here.
you said it.
But, yeah, that's about all we got with the Steelers.
Yeah. Anything else happen in the NFL?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Cliff Avrils probably going to have to retire. Maybe Cam Chancellor as well.
What's his face? Eric something. Can't remember his name. The safety filed a grievance with the NFL.
Reed.
Yeah.
Eric Reed, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the first guy that knelt with Kaepernick.
Yeah. God. So
He
stupid.
visited with the Bengals and nothing came of it. So,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the first question they asked him is,
The Bengals
what is he
just
going
want
to do now
convicted
for the
criminals.
national anthem?
Yeah.
And I guess he said, I don't know yet. And then,
Oh.
yeah.
I thought he said no.
I don't know.
Yeah, those are golf balls.
Saying that. Why?
I got them in some sort of raffle bag, and I've never just been able to use them.
Nick sees golf balls.
Want to go golfing before you go to New Hampshire?
Yeah. I'm trying to, actually.
No, fair enough.
So switching to the MLB, we just got some sad news about the Pirates. Nick
Yeah.
Kingdom got sent down.
For about a week.
Yeah. Do you think that that's still the case if Chad Cole gets blown up yesterday?
Yes.
You do, regardless.
Holy
Fair enough.
shit! What a start though.
Fair enough, but yeah, he was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that was going to happen either way. I think there's people out there that thought like if Chad Cole sucks, he's taking that rotation spot
It's just
right away.
logistically and organizationally the smartest decision. So
What was Chad Cole? 7 innings, 1 hit.
yeah,
Is that what I saw?
and then Richard Rodriguez
107
came in.
pitches. Like I'm surprised they let him throw
Yeah.
that many pitches.
Yeah, surprised he made it that far.
And then Richard Rodriguez, who's been a stud out of the bullpen, he better not go anywhere.
Yeah,
Like
if there's anyone in the bullpen that goes down, it's either gonna be Contos or Crick.
can you even
Contos
Send-
sucks.
send Contos
I think
down?
there's something. Yes, he has options. I think he's hurt.
I don't care. You say Chris Letang sucks, and I'll say Contos sucks.
Fair enough. But I saw David say he gets put on the DL, but
He
I
does.
don't know.
Like I said, he doesn't suck. He blows pole.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
how I worded it.
Dude, I don't get it.
The
He's-
hell does that mean?
He
I was
doesn't
just I was
suck.
just gonna ignore it.
He's gotten out of cementings pretty easily, but he's been getting smoked all year. No matter what he throws, it's just getting hit hard everywhere.
He doesn't strike anybody out.
That too, which he was
Yeah.
pretty damn good at the past couple seasons with the Giants and everything. But like the bullpen hasn't been the problem. The starting pitching has
It's
faltered
just
a bit.
never all there together.
That's the way it's been since
Yeah,
2012.
you either have the pitching or the hitting.
That's the way it's been since 2012, and I mean, I don't understand how we won 98 games in 2015 because it didn't even click then.
The defense was very good. Like the pitching worked for the defense.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
bring it
Like
up in hockey.
we still didn't have the guys that got strikeouts, but like the ground ball philosophy was still working
Yeah.
at that point.
And then I tweeted, if it wasn't for Tommy John surgery, Nick Kingham would have been in the 2015 rotation. So
Hmm.
would have been Jamison Tyone. Could you imagine?
So they but then they
That-
probably don't trade for Hap, who was
Exactly.
the best pitch. Yeah.
Burnett doesn't come back. Hap
Mm.
doesn't come back or come in the first place.
Pause.
He doesn't come in the first place.
I quit.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me is just like, okay, good. Hap's not here. We don't have to deal with the Ginzers going, re-sign him.
But he
But-
also had like a 1 ERA.
Yeah, he was.
And then he was dealing with
Sorry.
that with the Nova, and look where that's got us.
Exactly. That was my point. But I just can't help.
They
but
made a
think what
pretty
could have
decent
been.
offer for Hap.
Yeah.
I think it was right around what the Blue Jays gave him. I think
Wasn't it 3 years, $36 million?
that's what he. I think that's what he got. I
Yeah.
think we offered 3 years, 30.
Oh,
Just gotta get that money.
So
can't blame him.
$2 million more per season.
Yeah. I mean, I just
Get that bread.
can't help to think what would have been. So
Yeah, 'cause that's for a whole year. We're not just talking like the
What would have been
second half.
him getting rocked?
are you sure about that?
Happened
If
the
not-
year
if-
after he signed that contract.
If not him, everybody else.
You know what happened?
Yeah.
You know who was getting rocked? Matt Harvey.
Oh man, that situation.
Did you know?
Wait, why do people want him? I saw people on Twitter wanting him
why?
here.
Because Ray Searage is a wizard when it comes to guys who can't pitch, and turns them into somebody who can pitch for about 6 months, and that's it.
I don't even know if we've had anybody as bad as Matt Harvey,
Hap.
though.
Hap was garbage.
Because Matt
Nova
Harvey
was garbage.
sucks.
Nova was garbage. Burnett was garbage.
Yeah, most of the guys that we've had.
Volquez was garbage,
Yeah,
Volquez
definitely
was really
Volquez.
yeah.
and
Uh,
still is.
World Series champ, though.
Liriano was garbage and coming off an injury.
Big injury too.
Yeah.
Broke his arm.
Yeah, in
on
a bathroom.
Christmas.
In a bathroom.
I don't even know if I can just justify having Matt Harvey on my team, though.
But did you know?
Especially with the way they are
Batman.
now.
Back in like 2015, it was discussed Matt Harvey from Mookie Betts. Straight up.
No shit,
Imagine if the Red Sox would have done it.
man.
The NL East would be more interesting.
They wouldn't have Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce would still be a Red.
Mets would still be trash. I don't know why we're talking. Like, yeah.
Still wouldn't have a catcher.
They just their health is just terrible. Like the Drums on the DL now.
Yeah.
I can relate
Didn't they
to
start
out
out like 16-3 and now they're
Yeah.
like 17?
They started
and
at 11
15?
and 1. I don't know where they went after 11 and 1.
They were like
but-
16 and 3 and
I
now
think
they're like
they're under
17
500.
and they're 17 and 15 now.
Yeah. They're very close.
Mhm.
Philly though.
We're 19 and 16.
Picking it
And
up.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
The NL East is tough.
Dansby. The GOAT.
Acuna.
Do you know he's gonna
Uh,
eat a Ryan Howard jersey?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah.
If the Phillies win, they can make the playoffs. I want them to make the playoffs. I don't care. That's
You
fine.
just
They're
don't
gonna
want
win
them
the
to
division though.
But the Braves or the Nationals need to win the division.
Or the Marlins.
Ichiro is no longer playing baseball. He
At least
transitioned to
now.
a front office role.
There are still talks that he will come back for the first series in 2019 to play in Japan.
Ah,
But yeah, as of right now, he is
That's
quote
kinda
unquote
weird.
retired. Well, it's Ichiro
yeah, no, I get it. It's just it's
coming out of
Why
retirement.
is
It's
this
pretty cool
happening?
accommodation for them to
Huh?
do.
Why is this happening?
What, retiring?
Yeah.
He is struggling very, very bad. Like
Well.
if you watch the game, he cannot get the bat around.
He's not the hottest Asian on the block anymore.
Yeah. Did you see him in
That's
a,
what it is.
Did you see him in Otani's
Picture?
exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Otani ran up to him and Ichiro's like, "Let me know when he's coming." To turn around and run the other
Yeah.
direction. And then he took off.
So good.
End
End of an era, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. One of the greatest hitters.
definitely one of the players that you'll think of when you think of like our time. Watched growing up.
I
watching baseball.
was watching a time lapse of all of his hits.
Don't tell Tyler that.
Yeah.
Why?
Tyler hates Ichiro.
Well, yeah, he sucks now, but
No, he thinks he's like overrated. Like
How?
in general.
How?
I just
He,
said
he
hottest-
doesn't think he should be a Hall of Famer.
Why?
I just said hottest
don't know.
Asian on the block
Yeah.
in an actual sentence.
Yeah, he did. He
We're gonna go from one
has the
one
arm-
Japanese dude to another.
he has-
Otani era.
he has one of the best outfield arms ever. And I was watching, like I was about to say, I was watching a time lapse of all of his hits throughout his career. I don't know how the man does it, but he, like, if you look where the outfielders stand on the map, he does not hit it anywhere near them. He just drops it in front of them or in between them. It's incredible.
I love like when he swings, he's already like 2 steps to first base.
Yeah. That's like the most memorable thing about him, sadly. But
Yeah. Yadier Molina's out for about a month after getting hit in the groin.
dude, that
102 miles per hour.
mm,
Imagine.
I don't like that.
He had to have surgery.
I don't like that at all.
Nobody ever catch.
No.
So
If,
that-
if you do, put Kevlar.
Robot catchers. Robot catchers and robot umps.
Yeah. No one behind the plate. Just throw it to the backstop.
So that essentially, that seals it. Kessel's scoring tonight because he only has one nut.
I don't think that was the surgery.
What's the response to his pictures?
His pictures are 2 people. One's
then-
Ichiro, the other is Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton was damn good for a period of time. Anyway, what would what would we just leave off on? I got lost.
Yachty getting
Oh,
hit in the nuts.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely not the Yachty of old, but God, that sucks.
Good for us.
I don't think it mattered.
Yachty.
You
Yachty's
know-
pretty damn good against us,
Yeah.
even if it's
Anything else, almost anything else, I don't know. No. 102 mile per hour fastball to the cup.
Yeah.
No. No.
I wonder what the cup looked like.
Bent. No.
You think it will sell on eBay?
Ask Sam.
It looked like a Shea Weber slap shot.
Yeah. I mean, that's about average, so.
Pause.
Damn it.
Average. And finally in baseball, Kimbrel quickest to 300 saves.
Yeah, surprisingly. I didn't think that would happen.
What is it? Just over 400 appearances or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I might have not been paying attention. Did we bring up Pujols?
No, we did not.
Below 3,000 hits.
Yeah.
3,000 hits.
Yeah, that.
See, the thing is, I keep forgetting that we didn't have a show for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
So,
man. Watching Pujols struggle last year was rough. Looks like he's back to normal self.
So he's
this
not
year,
doing
but-
bad this year.
Yeah, this year he looks like he's back to being Albert Pujols. But
better team.
man, like just seeing him get the 3,000 just kind of reminds me of watching prime Albert Pujols destroy the Pirates.
I feel like he's
No, when he
getting-
was on the Cardinals, it sucked.
He's still his second most hits in any one stadium is PNC Park.
Like he is the only guy on the card. He made me a semi-Cardinals fan.
I think he like how people throw the
I'm
term around
pissed.
pirate killer. I think he's the
He's
the
the
first
original
one.
and, in my opinion, the only consistent one. That every time he showed up, we couldn't beat him,
Yeah.
no matter who was pitching.
Can we talk about why Matt Adams is good?
Only against the Pirates.
Slippery
No,
Rock,
like he's having an incredible season.
Is he?
Yeah,
Because he had a terrible season last year with the Braves.
Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania.
yeah. Is that where he went?
I don't know. I'm sure if you like
I thought it was
looked it up,
Washington Jefferson University.
nobody talks about it. I'm sure if you looked
Yeah.
it up, you'd be able to find out.
Who's the other baseball player from here that used to play for the Mets?
What?
Used to wear number 20 for the Mets.
Neil.
You're
Pine
missing,
Richland?
you're missing the joke.
I did. I missed it. I missed
Oh
the first part.
shit.
Here's the joke. Here's Smitty. Meow.
Okay.
So I missed the first part. What did you say? The other player from what?
From here that played for the Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Adams has
You see what I live with, Nick?
21
something.
hits, 8 home runs, 18 RBIs.
How many of those are off the Pirates?
No
At
idea.
least half.
He's batting 296, has a 4.12 on base percentage.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's doing pretty good.
This podcast brought to you by Matt Adams.
Wait. Also, did you know that right now this is totally not even? I don't know why. Just
Off topic.
I'm a numbers guy. Matt Murray and Martin Fleury in their career have the same exact save percentage. Right now.
That's wild. Even though there's probably about a decade difference.
Yeah.
I'm hard.
That's crazy. I mean, good thing that's not 4-1-2. But
Devin Mesoraco
Yeah.
is like kind of from here too.
yeah,
Is he though?
Punxsutawney.
Closer to here than Philly.
We don't want him, but
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I thought he was to be so good.
What happened to him? Is he
Injuries.
still on the Reds?
Tucker.
Yeah. Tucker Barnhart's
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
number 1 though.
Yeah. That's what I've never seen him play a game in the past 2 years. Mesoraco.
Yeah, I don't know. Injuries.
Oh well.
Although
Anything-
what's his face from Blackhawk was part of the combined
Okay.
no hitter.
Oh.
Libertor.
Yeah.
Adam Libertor.
Whoops. That got really echoey because I accidentally hit a.
Beaver County.
I was just say, is that
Beaver
an echo?
County.
Like,
We're
I thought
out
we
here.
were in. I thought I could hear like the stand all the way from here.
Around the 724.
My neighbor's his uncle.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he throw the 9th inning of that?
Wait, was it Libertor? Is that you said?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's from Blackhawk.
And then we got
Nick's stomping grounds.
Let's get it.
Then we got Brendan McKay in the minors as one of the top.
Did
what is he,
you
like, top? He's a top 25 prospect.
Did
in
you-
He's
the
a,
league,
I,
right?
th-
Yeah.
I thought he was like top 10.
did you see
In all of baseball.
I thought.
Did
I
you
mean,
see
I
that
could be
guy
completely wrong.
get all pissed off at me on Twitter?
No.
Yeah.
The one day,
Yeah.
I think it was on Easter. Whenever that was Jameson Tyon that pitched on Easter, right?
Yeah.
He had that hell of an outing, complete game one hitter.
Yeah. Okay.
And some guy followed me. I don't know. I think I tweeted about like Brendan McKay whenever he got drafted, or like I tweeted at him or something. And one of these guys who does Tampa's like minor league, he's like one of the guys like in the media. He followed me, so he saw like McKay reply to me or whatever, and he tweeted something. McKay had like 2 home runs in like his first 2 at bats in like one of these games, and I like tweeted back at him, and I was like, yeah, but I heard like he's a total douchebag. Like I heard like he's an asshole like in the room, and
Mhm.
he like unfollowed me and then replied and was like, I think you're talking about yourself, bud. And I was like, all right, man, like get off your fucking high
I think
horse.
I think that's that guy is somebody that Evo Neal talks to all the time about the race.
Probably.
Do you know what the name was?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I was like, yeah, bud, get off your fucking high horse. Like I went to high school with him. Like that's my one buddy.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, and then followed me again.
And who's the kid with the twins?
Holy shit.
That's from right. He was the 15th overall pick.
I can't remember his name. His grandparents, I think, live right across from Sam.
Damn it. Yeah, he's
God damn it. He went to Mars, right?
maybe.
Damn it.
It's gonna bother me if I don't find the name, so I have to real quick.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's not Kepler. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Kepler.
McKay's on base percentage this year is 487.
Jeez.
Alex Kirilloff or
Kirilloff.
or whatever.
Kirilloff.
Yeah. One of his friends works at the AT&T at Beaver Valley Mall,
Oh.
and when I was still at Lids, his friend came in there. They didn't know what team was gonna draft him.
So
He bought
one of
every MLB hat that we had in there, one for each team. And I was like, listen, dude, you don't have like an idea where he's gonna go, like that you could buy just like. And he came back the next day and returned every single hat.
Did you sign him up
I'd
for a
say
Lids
no.
card?
And he already had one. And
Did you get him any embroidery?
no,
Of course not.
we didn't have a Twins hat.
Get his own autograph on
He
it.
Yeah.
when he got drafted, he was wearing an Atlanta Braves hat backwards. So if anybody has a shot of him with the hat like from behind, you
Smart
see the
man.
Braves logo instead of the Twins.
Smart man.
Funny story.
Man, I would not let him return those. Nah.
Were you working when he
When he
returned him?
Yeah, it was David and I.
Damn. I saw him. He was at Whiskey the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He Snapchatted me and said, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
And I sent him back to Fortnite.
Yeah. He was like, "Where's Smitty?" I was like, "I just talked to him. He's at his house."
He's moving to California in October.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't tell me that.
Everyone.
He's like, "What are you doing, man?" I was like, "Oh, nothing. Like, this is probably like one of my last weekends. Like, I'm gonna be home." He's like, "'Cause I'm moving." He's like, "Where?" He's like, "New Hampshire." He was like, "Where?" I was like, "New Hampshire, like an hour north of Boston. Like, that's where I'm
He's
moving."
like, oh, that's like an actual state.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he said not. I think he was pretty trash, but he didn't say anything. He just like walked away. He's like,
Hopefully he
"Damn,
comes
dude,
to
where's-"
softball
He
tournament.
was like, "Damn, dude, where's the bathroom?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, it's over there," and that was it.
All right. Anything else in baseball?
Hell no.
I mean,
No,
the Pirates in 1916.
Yeah.
If they were in
Man,
the AL Central, they'd be in first. But
if
in
it
third.
wasn't for those two series against the Phillies and Nationals, it looks so much better.
Yeah, both 4-game sweeps against
Yeah.
the NL East.
Nuts. I don't get it. I really don't.
This team can never like split.
Mm-mm.
They're either getting swept or
Sweeping.
sweeping in a
Series.
4-game.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's so frustrating.
All right. Well, going back to hockey then. We already talked a lot about the Pens, but they're facing elimination tonight. If we didn't already
No, they're not.
bring that fact up.
No, they're not. I don't care what the numbers say.
Yeah, no, the Caps are already facing elimination on Wednesday. That's where we're at. We're past this.
Like you said, it's like the forwards, none of them like look bad, but when it comes to the score sheet, it's like one line that's scoring right now for this
Yeah.
team, and it's the line that the Capitals you would think would be focusing on the most, and it's.
They probably are. They just can't stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, who's been out there for them for the most part? Carlson's line, defensive pair.
Carlson's pairing, yeah.
Which is-
Orpik was on for all 3 goals against on Saturday.
Which is that who Carlson? Who does Carlson normally play with?
Do they even have?
Because it's Orlov and Niskanen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they actually have like? I feel like it's
They-
always just like one guy.
Yeah, just mishmashed.
Yeah.
Kempney.
Carlson, you're good. Go out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always feel like
By
it's just
yourself.
like one guy.
Who's
they
their?
just
Who's the
focus
other?
on.
Carlson and
Juice is
Kempney.
who? Carlson, Kempney, so Juice and Orpik.
By the way,
Because I know Orlov and Niskanen's the pairing.
Yeah, Juice and
Yeah.
Orpik.
really quick while it's off topic, why hasn't anyone named Brad Marchand Oral B since the licking incident?
Oral B.
Get it?
Make a
Oral
shirt.
B63.
Make make a shirt before everybody else.
Oh, rhymes.
Damn it.
Make a shirt.
That-
Make a shirt for Boston.
Now I regret.
Hey,
same
Boston
colors.
fans.
Same colors.
But yeah, I mean, we already talked about like what's gone wrong in this series.
Yeah.
The
Puck luck and mental lapses.
bottom six isn't scoring.
Goaltending.
You're not
shaky.
getting the goaltending that you need. At least like timely saves.
Yeah. Need to stop taking stupid penalties.
The Pens just haven't capitalized on the chances they've been given.
By the way,
That's
I
the
think
thing with the
what issue.
penalties too.
If they do,
oh, there we go. Okay. Oh.
We didn't even talk about Mata missing an open net
yeah,
before Dumoulin.
Oh my
shot.
System overload.
that was after. That
Hold
would've
on.
Was it
been
after?
tied.
Hold
Oh, yeah,
on,
yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
yeah.
It's system overloaded. I have no idea when it stopped.
Swear.
It's stopped. I don't know when. That just happened. Okay.
Looks like we should start over.
No.
If they can,
Let me double check.
the
Puck luck and mental lapses.
bottom six isn't scoring.
Goaltending shaky.
You're not getting the goaltending that you need. At least like timely saves.
Need to stop taking stupid penalties.
The Pens just haven't capitalized on the chances they've been given.
By the way,
That's
I
the
think
thing with the
that's
penalties
the
too.
issue.
that's where it died. Give me 1 second.
If they just upload it.
Yeah.
If they just cliffhanger this week.
Yeah,
That's still going.
cliffhanger.
Jesus. Well, the video's still going. Okay, ready?
Oh, this is great.
Okay, well, that was fun. It just stopped recording for a second. My computer froze. YouTube got to see all of that, but
Yeah.
So watch on YouTube.
But
Or
Yeah.
don't.
but yeah, the bounces
You get
really
to see
haven't been
Nick's
going
arms
their
if you
way.
watch on YouTube.
the bounces.
Catch a tan standing next to him.
Yeah, like we were talking about the stupid penalties. Like,
I'm
especially
surprised
Simone's.
Simone wasn't in the doghouse.
Speaking of which, that reminded me that I was going to bring up a player to take out for Scott Wilson, Dominic Simone.
A player to take out for Daniel Sprong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck Scott
agreed.
Wilson.
Agreed.
Scott Scott
I
Wilson
realized
got a
we really
shade, so
we really didn't
I'm
even
okay
answer
with
that.
it.
You just said we were talking about player that we want back from the last 2
Yeah.
years. You said Scott Wilson. None of us said
yeah, because
anything
everyone was
else.
like, why?
To answer that though,
Kunitz?
who I would
Does anyone else have an answer to why Daniel Sprung isn't in the lineup
Mike Sullivan hates him.
than he's a dick?
Mike Sullivan hates him.
Yeah,
That's it.
because like I think he's a dick.
Does
That's
anyone
why-
have an answer of why he's not traded already?
He will be traded at the
Yeah,
draft.
because
He's an RFA.
Jim Rutherford said that the most called prospect was Philip Gustafson.
Which makes sense.
He said that was the
True.
prospect he got the most calls on. So
However,
you don't sell low on that guy.
No.
if Sprong's not going to play, just trade him.
Why would you give up Sprong for like a second round, or not a second round pick, more like a third or fourth round pick, and then he goes out and
I was
scores
gonna say, you
40
don't
goals?
sell
you
him low.
package him with a first rounder for a star.
That works too.
If we
But
have
But he's
first
an
round.
RFA. You
Yeah.
gotta give him a contract just to trade him.
Well, yeah.
And then it's like, what is he worth?
How the hell do we know?
We don't. We just let him play tonight. And he scored
We know he
fucking
should take the
6.
skate. We know he should take the skate.
He scores 6.
I don't know why Simone has like 1 point. I don't know why he's
He
playing
looked
either.
he looked decent, other than the stupid penalty he took in the last game. But before that, God, he was bad.
Yeah.
I thought he was good in game 4, at least
yeah.
for one shift.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean,
okay.
like, he had
a
Game
point.
4.
Second period is where he kicked it on.
So game 4, we were there, and everyone on Twitter was making it seem like this is the worst game of the series, and it didn't seem like that.
No.
Like while we were there.
No, it didn't
No.
seem like that on TV either.
Yeah,
to
a
bring
lot of
that up-
people-
Way to bring that up that I didn't have fucking tickets.
They were just like at no point in that game, even with it being a 1-goal game or scoreless for like it was for most time. It's like at no point did I feel like we're gonna lose this game. Like we're playing a perfect defensive style game.
Other than game 2, I don't think I felt like that until we lost.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Whoops.
Other than us going down 3-0 in game 2. Like
Yeah.
in the other games I didn't feel like that. Even in game 1 without Gino, we went down 2-0 early in the third and I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Second game I was kinda like, whatever, it's over. And then we got boned by the refs twice. And
The officiating has been horrible.
all
both ways.
around. Not even just the Pens Cap series.
Yeah, no.
Like
Both ways for every series.
yeah.
The linesmen have been garbage. There have
Yeah.
been so many late whistles.
Not
That's the
only
thing,
that,
it's like
the
cut
couple
down
goals
to
that
be
have
the
gotten
best.
waved off were like by linesmen, like at the blue line.
Yeah.
He's not even like on the goal line. He's like skating in behind everybody else, waving goals off.
Yeah,
Same thing. Also, I think we talked about this before. How do you guys feel about the offside challenges? Obviously, whenever it works, it's great.
You mean
'Cause
like getting a penalty from it?
because that. All right, let me keep going and then add your input.
Okay.
Obviously, it saved us against Tampa.
Yeah.
Game 6 of 16 because they were offsides, and it allowed us to come back, win the series, win the cup. Subban's goal, game 1 last year, it saved us. There's a couple that have been very, very close that they call. Why do you not just let it go? And then if it happens, they have the option to challenge it. That's
Yeah.
what I don't get. There's so many calls. The one that was close that I was like, all right, yeah, good, that was offsides. Like you should have called it. Broussard had a toe drag coming across the blue line.
Yeah.
He was offsides. There's a ton of others with like cross ice passes, even like entries on like the power play. Like whenever our power play has
Yeah.
looked very good and we haven't scored, that like they're quick. They're quick to blow that offsides like as soon as possible, even if like 3 guys are in the way and you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Why not let them play? Why not let it play out? And if that's the case, because if there was a puck that, I don't know, hit the post or like the back bar or something and you want to make sure it goes in, they let them play it out. They don't blow it dead and then say like, if you want us to look at it, we can.
You know why? #ref show.
That's why I
Yeah.
always say. I always
I think
but, like,
essentially.
when you're saying that, that's a good example. Like, and this isn't just in hockey, but like in any sport, I feel
Yeah.
like they should make the call where it's reviewable because sometimes the call, like you can't review that it
That's
wasn't
what I'm.
offside.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
like
exactly.
make the call that then can be reviewed.
Exactly.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, if you're asking just about challenges straight up, I think it's a good thing. I think you need to get it right for it to be a good thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the problem is at this point you don't know what rule is going to be, enforced the correct way. I mean, hell, Malkin scored because obviously it was over the line, but I feel like they counted that just because the game beforehand Hornquist had one taken away that was very obviously over the line.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had a view that it's clearly over
yeah.
the line.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like at the arena they showed what they ended up showing. I don't know if they showed it at home right away. I know Liam McHugh showed.
It wasn't right away because Alex Caldwell was at the game,
Yeah.
and he was like, "What do you think from home?" Because they didn't show it at the arena yet.
Oh.
And then whenever they were reviewing it and they were showing all these other bullshit angles, they heard the arena go nuts in the background. And
Yeah.
Pierre was like, "Yeah, they just showed so and so. What is it, the parallax
Yeah.
Are
angle?"
they above you?
Yeah. He's like, they just showed that. It's in. It's a good goal. He's like, they just showed that at the arena.
Well,
And then after he announced it,
Yeah.
then they
Well,
showed
my
that
dad
view
was
on
telling
TV.
me like Liam McHugh when they first came back, like after that intermission, so the second intermission, I guess, they showed that angle to the people at home, but before that they hadn't. Like Liam McHugh was like, okay, here you go. Like this was like Taps fans have nothing to complain about, as you can see
Yeah.
from this angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't show that until
Yeah.
The
after
one,
the fact.
the one thing that first shot that Gino had that rang off the post,
Yeah.
I thought that went in. He has hit
Yeah.
the post multiple times squarely where it came straight back at him.
I
Yeah.
think the same post, the same spot on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
he
it's-
said it
it-
like 2 games in a row.
I mean, that's going back to puck luck for the entire series, but I thought that went in immediately. Like I spazzed. I was like, that went. I stood up, screamed, that went in, and then ran into my dad's room and was like, did that not go in? They showed the replay. I'm like, didn't go in.
So that's that's the end that we weren't on. So we're just like looking at the reaction of everybody
Yeah.
else down there, just like originally to see if it's a goal, and everybody's standing up. So we're like, all right. Then they show the replay.
It's been a wild series, man. Well, I personally don't see how you could be disappointed.
I just like without Backstrom tonight. I think it's
If he
definitely going
doesn't play.
7.
Even with Backstrom.
How?
Well, no, yeah, I said to my dad, regardless, I was like, they're not going to lose tonight. It's
Yeah.
going 7. It's a matter of can they win a game 7 again in Washington.
Since we haven't had a
Yeah.
podcast in a week, I said it on PlayStation with you guys. How poetic will it be if it goes to 7, Tom Wilson comes back and costs them game 7?
Like literally shoots it in his own net.
That's like very
Just turnover, breakaway, goal. 1 minute left in the third.
knocks Holtby out, breaks his jaw, concussion.
Well, I mean, sure. But how poetic would that be?
I could see it happening.
Would that be so fun to watch?
Here's the thing with Tom Wilson. He is, I don't want to say a good player.
He's not good, but he's not bad.
He's not a.
He's
not
more skilled than people make it out.
His,
Yeah,
his
he's-
metrics
he's
make
a
him
piece
seem
of
really
shit.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he can play.
Yeah. Like
It's the same. Like
He's not a
Brad.
plug.
He's like Brad Marchand without the points. Like
Yeah.
that's how I see it. Like
And-
he still has some skill. Obviously, like all the bad shit that he does. Brad Marchand went on a tear too, earlier this year.
yeah.
And he was up in Art Ross point leaders, but nobody was talking about it because he's an asshole and
Yeah.
he was getting suspended 2 games every other game, and nobody was talking about it. I think that Tom Wilson's Brad Marchand without the point production.
You're not wrong. And I mean, I know Alan Saunders, who I would like to have on the show at some point, said, Tom Wilson's a negative metrics player. He's not that bad. That's a big part of the
Yeah,
capital.
yeah. I remember he said like it actually helps them when he gets suspended for 3 games because they can
Yeah.
play somebody that actually plays hockey.
Yeah, and then you put Dominic Smith-Pelly on the first line, who then proceeds to slew foot everyone.
Man,
But,
was that a terrible experiment for them? Him playing on the first line.
oh yeah, he's not even a top 9 winger in my opinion.
Or
he's
top 12.
He's maybe he's like maybe a third line guy, and that's with Wilson out.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I guess what you do is if a goon comes out, you just put a goon in, but it definitely didn't work out well. I don't think that really affected the game much, even though. Oh, no, that was Vrana who had the game-winning goal.
Yeah.
That entire game, I was just sitting there like, Vrana's going to score the game winner. Like that.
He scored in game 2.
Yeah.
As well.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, he just had so many opportunities. You kept hearing his name. Just nothing was working. And then, of course,
Where did he come from?
I think they drafted him, right?
But I just mean like,
In
I don't know,
general.
they
Where-
also
has he just
drafted
been-
Philip Forsberg too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
LMAO.
has he just
Yeah.
been down in their minors the last?
No, I think he's played.
Yeah, I think he's-
Maybe
I
not
think he's
15,
played.
16, but 16, 17 he's definitely played.
Yeah.
Was he with him in the playoffs last year?
Definitely. Let me double check.
I believe so.
What's his first name?
Jacob, Jakub,
Jakob
Jakob. Yeah.
Jakob Vrana.
Age. Who's looking that up?
Age.
Yeah, somebody looked up age. He's 22. Where's Hockey Reference? There we are.
There was a picture. It was like suggested. Tom Wilson right next to Brad Marchand.
Yeah. He started in 16-17. Where's playoffs?
He only played this year in the playoffs.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. I was gonna say I knew he played. I heard his name before past couple seasons, but yeah, 21 games in the regular season last year.
He looks like he's a pretty decent player.
He is. He
Yeah.
definitely is.
And he's like 22.
But they'll probably trade him.
Yeah.
For
he
Martin
He
Erat.
just turned 22. Nice.
Pissed.
I like that.
Imagine the
Oh, that was
Caps if they had
Burakovsky.
Forsberg.
Yeah, it was Burkowski and
I just
Pasternak.
saw his eyes.
And the hair.
Burakovsky.
Yeah, it was Burkowski next to Pasternak, so he was just completely wrong.
Imagine the Caps if they had Forsberg.
No.
No. No.
Imagine the Preds if they
Speaking of
didn't have
Forsberg, they're facing elimination tonight too.
I'll be so happy.
In Winnipeg.
I
They're
will
losing.
Be so happy.
They're losing.
I think but I feel like if
Only one team's getting eliminated
I
tonight.
feel like if Nashville wins tonight though that they're going to win game 7. So
I agree.
I think the Jets have to win tonight,
or not.
You know what?
which I think they will.
Jets going to the final.
I agree.
Hopefully.
Fleury can suck it.
Hopefully, because
I
I decided that I don't want Vegas to make the
Man,
final.
I don't
At
know.
first I
because-
did. But
don't want Vegas to make the final if the Pens aren't going to make the final.
Agreed. I mean,
Pens make the final. Fleury gets shelled.
yeah.
a tribute.
you
to
just
them.
play.
not-
You
I'm
play
not
the tribute
kidding.
video every
Yeah.
every period.
See, here's the thing.
Get him to
The-
fucking cry. Get him to cry.
The thing with the Preds Jet series, Pekka Rinne's been getting railed.
Yeah.
Absolutely railed. He got pulled last.
Getting
and his,
railed.
and his first name's Pekka.
I was
so
gonna
that's
say-
hilarious.
Jesus.
I was just say
His-
real quick, just go
His
back to that.
Pekka is getting railed.
It's like those
Jeez.
memes where there's 2 buttons. It's like how to get the Flurry, horn twist in front of the net, play tribute video.
God. But, I mean, I do not, even though I just said I didn't think it through, I don't see Nashville pulling it out. I don't.
Their pullout
This
game's
ser-
weak,
this-
man.
Yeah, I was
This-
going to say,
you
you
mean
don't
this
see
series?
Nashville pulling out?
You don't see Nashville pulling out the Pekka?
I'm pissed.
This series.
Next. What's up
This,
next?
wait, hold on. You mean this series or
Yeah,
like
this
okay.
series.
Yeah.
This series.
I don't see it because they were one crazy Pekka save away from losing in 5 potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that with the knob of his stick.
Giggity.
Pekka's knob.
What did it do? Like come out of his hand and it like turned around? So
He was like falling. I think he like went to brace his fall or something, and he was just like
Yeah.
holding his stick, and the blade was up.
God.
Yeah.
Wild.
And
That
he's won because that ended 2-1.
Yeah.
That ended 2-1. Winnipeg scored with like a minute left. Line scored.
And then Vegas made quick work of San Jose.
Yeah, Evander Kane's an idiot.
That a little bit. Disney movie still happening.
If San Jose doesn't re-sign Evander Kane, which they said when they got him they're not going to, but if they don't re-sign him, they're idiots.
I still
Yeah.
think they will.
They're done. Their
well, the cap's going up, right?
their window's done.
Probably to about what he'll make,
Joe Thornton's gone.
especially if Thornton leaves.
They're done.
Yeah,
It's over.
I agree. What happened last night? Tampa beat Boston.
That series
Kind-
is over.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by that. Boston.
Thank
I'm
God.
shocked
but I
by the
wanted it to go
duration.
longer.
Like, I said Tampa, but I thought it would go. I said 7 on here.
See,
I said 7.
I don't remember what I said, but they just look. Boston looks so tired. In that last
Especially
game.
after they lost the first game.
Yeah,
Tampa looked terrible the first game.
yeah.
They got blown out. So, yeah, they
Okay.
won 4 straight. Pissed.
Wild.
So Tampa's only had to play 10 games so far.
Yeah, 5-5 against
Vegas
New
has only had to
Jersey, who
play
they
what?
really didn't like run around on. At
Vegas
least like
only had to play
Boston
9.
made them like run around a little bit.
Yeah.
They have somewhat
9?
some skill
No, that
on
one-
that top line.
I thought that was game 5.
No, it was 6
Oh, it was
against
6.
San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they played 10 as
yeah.
well. Yeah. Fair enough. And then Pens Caps. So I mean,
Pissed. This will be 11 for Winnipeg, and if the
God.
Pens win, it'll be 13. It's an entire other series. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Pens and 7.
That means the Eastern Conference Final has to be quick for us. So we
I-
get the rest.
I really just don't want to deal with Twitter if they lose tonight or on Wednesday.
That's the thing. Like, I don't think I would be upset. I would be upset that everyone else is more pissed than they need to be.
Yeah, agreed. It's like
I get that it's
Tyler-
Washington, but like the law of averages has to come in at some point. Like,
Yeah.
all right, Ovi, don't fuck this up. But like, is anyone looking at it as like this might be Ovi's only
Don't
chance?
f this
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, like here, just you
Completely
throw him a
made it
bone.
past- yeah, you made it past the second round, but like, don't fuck this up. Who's to say they don't go into Tampa and get rocked?
I think they will.
Yeah, I
If
do
they
too.
beat us, yeah.
I do too. That's the thing. So it's like, what? Great, you hopped a mental hurdle.
Yeah.
What are you doing after that? I
And
don't think anybody's looking at it as like, damn, like if Ovi doesn't win this series, like that's
it's
it.
over. Yeah.
Sorry. Like, what do they do after that?
Trade him.
If they don't make it to at least
To
the cup
Dallas.
final, what do they do?
Trade
him?
over to Vegas.
And Carlson.
I think if they don't win this, if they don't win the series, I don't see Trotz coming back for sure.
No.
If they do and they lose next round, I still don't know.
Yeah, well, his neck already got let go a while ago, so he could probably go find that.
Yeah. I know Tyler's going to hate me for saying this. If anybody thinks this season's a disappointment, they need slapped.
Chris Letang is bad.
I said make it to the second round.
I can't even be. I cannot be mad. You won 2 Stanley Cups in a row, which is a feat in itself. The last time somebody won at least 3 in a row was the 80s.
Yeah, it
Gone.
hasn't happened in the salary cap
Yeah.
era.
3, you haven't had a vacation for 3 years. You've played the most grueling series in each of the 2 previous postseasons. Sit down, enjoy what you're watching, and appreciate it.
Sid's
Don't-
snapping tonight.
I hope he does. But the one thing that's really going to piss me off is I know people, I don't know about at the game, but I know people are going to be mad. If, however, at the game, they do not give them a standing ovation if they lose, I will lose my mind.
They're not going to be able to give them a standing ovation because
My RC Cole is going on the ice.
half the crowd's going to be gone before the last horn. So
If that's true, I'll be pissed too.
Either way.
That is true. 100%. Pens fans are shit.
there
I
was
haven't
people
seen that
leaving.
at- I haven't
There was
seen
people
that at
leaving
playoff
last
game.
game early.
I
Were
have. I've been to every single one.
Brag about it.
I will.
I haven't been to any. Thank you very much.
There was people leaving last game early
I can't stand it.
before we scored the empty netter.
I can't stand it.
You
So
gotta
we're
beat
up by 1.
You got to beat the traffic, though.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. So stupid.
Even like
Give it to real fans, man. I've
I don't
never
even
been to a playoff
understand.
game.
I don't understand either side of it. If you're losing and you leave, or if you're winning and you leave.
The only way I'll leave is
Why?
if it's a double-digit deficit.
Like
Double digit.
wait,
In hockey,
Yeah.
Deficit. So it's like 12-2. He's out. If it's 11-2, he's fine.
there's still a chance.
you sit through all those games that we got blown out by the Blackhawks. You're like, could happen.
I did see that.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Game.
The only sporting event that I've ever left to beat the traffic, I was with my dad. It was like the summer before my senior year of high school. We got tickets to a Pirate game. They played the Brewers. So you already know how that went.
Yeah.
They were down like 10-0, I think, like in the 5th. And it was like 98 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey.
I've
You
left
care,
some
like, we
pirate.
get out of
I've
here.
left some pirate games.
I've
early.
left. I mean, I've gone to hundreds of Pirate games. I've left a shit ton of those.
I missed a Judge home run at PNC last year because they left the game early.
I
one
missed
of the
those.
worst Pens games I was ever at. It was right after Christmas of Mike Johnston was still the coach. I think it was 14.
Ooh. Yikes.
Right after Christmas of 14, they played the Caps. They lost 3-0. That was the worst Penguin game I was ever at.
Really?
My entire life. Stayed the whole time.
Fair enough. I
That was the worst.
That was the worst
The-
game that I was ever at.
the worst Penguin game I went to.
I've never been to like a terrible
and I've
blowout
been,
Penguin
I've
game.
been
Like
to I've been to a ton. We went to Mike Sullivan's debut. What
Yeah.
it was like 4-1.
the
Oh, when
Caps.
they announced
5-1.
Scuderi was traded.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
were
was
at the
there too.
game.
We announced it. Nobody around us knew.
Oh,
We're
really?
the ones that announced it, and then like 20 minutes later,
I just
they
happened.
We
announced
did
I
the
just
same
happened to
thing.
refresh Twitter as I saw
Me and my buddy Brandon
Scuderi
did
was
the
traded for
exact same
Daly.
thing. Where were you guys sitting?
behind one
it.
of the.
120.
Yeah, it was behind one of the goals.
We were in like the corner.
I was sitting in the opposite end of you then, and we did the exact same thing. Me and my buddy Brandon, we were like, "Holy shit! They just traded Rob Scuderi."
Yeah, we were like in the one corner. We were with Kaiser though, so it probably wasn't as good of a time as you had.
Good point.
Yeah,
What
hate to see it.
was I going to bring up? I was going to bring something up. Oh, the worst Penguin game I've been to was the first one I ever went to. Back in the Igloo, they played the Leafs in I think like 2007. They lost 8-3.
Who were you cheering for?
Pissed. Mad.
But do you remember in the Igloo they would have those seats like all the way up on the top,
Yeah.
Yeah,
where the little bar was? I was 2008. I would have been 10.
that scared the shit out of me when I would be up there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But the game was so bad, and I was so scared of heights that I ended up sitting there talking to the bartender. A 10-year-old me sitting there talking to a bartender
what,
for
even at-
2 hours.
Even at PPG, it's relatively scary walking down the steps. Up
They're
at
so
the upper
steep.
level. Yeah,
Oh, like coming down into the 200 level.
Yeah.
Like the bowl.
And
yeah.
as somebody who's known for tripping down and upstairs, I'm terrified.
my favorite seats are like 200 level, like right
Center
201.
ice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
201, like right there, right on the red line, like
Right there with you.
row A or B, and it sucks to get to them.
Yep. Completely agree.
Terrible.
Especially when you're top heavy,
Yeah.
like most of us are.
Yeah. And then
Jackson.
Open. See, like,
How-
the thing is, like
wait.
open heights. That's like my biggest fear.
Yep.
Like people don't understand what I mean whenever I say open heights. Like I've like ridden roller coasters. Like that doesn't bother
Yeah,
me.
you're locked
like,
in.
Every whatever. But even like standing on like a roof of like a shed or like a garage freaks me out.
Yeah, completely with you.
That's what I mean by open heights, and that's how I feel getting down, where like this little thin layer of glass
Oh, that's gonna protect me.
around.
That's gonna
yeah,
protect the 250 pounds going over top of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by top heavy? How do you become bottom heavy?
Leg day. Never.
What's
skip
leg day?
You can just be like equilibrium.
What was the eyebrow thing?
I'm like,
Equilibrium.
I'm like 240 every day. Every day's leg day. I couldn't skip leg day if I tried.
God.
My calves are huge. So
Mine are too,
Yeah.
but still. Not defined at all.
can't relate to that.
What is going on?
Dude, I don't know. I have to be at work in
What?
2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Are you missing the game?
Yeah.
Oh my God. L.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you said 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right, we were wondering.
Yeah.
We thought you had like some raisins to separate or something.
Have you missed any?
Oh, call back. Call back.
Have you missed any games during these playoffs?
I missed game 1 intentionally of round 2.
Oh, so
I
we're
was
gonna win
Alright, so
tonight.
yeah.
I was
Alright,
playing
good.
Fortnite.
I
I just got to make sure my mom watches.
I didn't miss a whole
Mom.
game. I've missed parts of a game. 'cause
Mom.
I was at the hospital.
Oh.
Working, not. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, working.
Which one is it? Which hospital?
I was at Swickley and Beaver.
Oh, okay.
Mainly Beaver in like my last little bit of time there.
Fair enough.
So,
Okay.
do you guys have anything else specifically to talk about?
Oh, for hockey, Ryan Reeves was the third star of the game.
Yeah.
What?
Last night.
8 hits.
8 hits. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh.
his,
And
the
fir-
wor- and the
his
world
first
didn't
game of
burn.
the playoffs.
He played
Vegas
pretty well.
won. Vegas got a shutout, and they had no offensive production from him. So
We just got another question. It's hockey related, but I don't think there's any possible way to answer it. Do you see it?
who's
Yo-
it from?
It is from Donnie Druin.
Oh. With Malkin, Crosby, Rain, and Pittsburgh having to end at some point, who do you see as the next big duo for the Pens?
They're not drafted yet.
Gensel and somebody.
Gensel when he's like Sid's age, and then
So 30.
that Roman Marcotte from Alaska.
When he's like 12.
No, 2027 draft, I think.
Nikita Malkin.
Legend.
Roman Marcotte and Nikita Malkin.
Oh,
my!
God.
It was actually on my time hop 2 years ago today. I think he was born.
Oh.
Mm.
Nikita. I think today's Nikita's birthday, and I like tweeted, and I was like first overall pick in the whatever draft, but I fat fingered it, and Cody replied, and he's like, yeah, not gonna happen. He's like, don't you mean so and so? And I was like, no, like he has to be like 17 or 18. And he's like, yeah, but this would make him like 1,017 years old because I like fat fingered it. I was like,
Can we talk about how Cody Plain is not my friend anymore?
Beer bongs Bentleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
can we talk about how Cody Plain has never been my friend ever?
I have a picture of him on my phone sipping a beer, just pointing, and I'm like, why do I have this?
He does it all the time.
I know.
Alex Letang, actually.
Alex Letang, Nikita Malkin.
Hopefully he's a winger. I just do it to piss people off more than anything. It's
Alex
great.
Letang is bad.
PM.
Did you at least like the meme I made?
Didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Chris Letang is bad. Changed my mind.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
put that
oh,
on
I
the
did,
table.
yeah.
See that.
I took pride in that. That's gonna
But
be
did you put a watermark on it?
I wasn't trying to change your mind.
Did you see Harley replied? He was like,
Did
you
I?
can't.
Oh.
Man. It's been a wild week. Week and a half, I guess.
All right, so last thing. Who's scoring first tonight?
Gensel. Gensel or Verana?
Whoa, no.
No.
What is this Bucci Gross overtime challenge?
Yes. Wait, Bucci Gross?
Butcher Gross.
Yeah, it's Butcher Gross.
Whatever.
English is strong with this one.
F.
F.
I said Rust earlier. I feel like I have to stay with Rust.
All right.
Right. Well, I mean, he could get the game winner. 1 goal to win.
Yeah, you
How
could get
was
both.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Beefy.
Rust.
Letang.
Okay.
You're a dick.
Okay. You know what? No.
I'm
If I pull out my phone and Latanga scored
Pull
the first
out.
goal, I am throwing my phone across the field. Okay.
I'm holding
Why?
you to it.
Okay. I will.
Why?
Just
We'll be up
because he called
1-0.
it. Just because he called it.
My phone's on
That's
85%.
okay. You're not one of those people.
85 backwards, 58.
There's legitimately people on Twitter that seem like
Mine's on
they don't
46.
want Letang or Murray to do well just to talk.
Oh
about
no, I saw that.
Joe
I'm not one of
Vitale.
those people.
R.I.P. Aston Reese.
I have Joe
Oh.
Vitale's
My
jersey.
phone's on 46%.
Oh,
Mm.
I have Joe Vitale's jersey.
it. Mine's probably on 100, 99.
Why?
I do.
a guy that I met at the Pens Expo. He's friends with a couple of my friends. He has from the 2000. Which Winter Classic was it? Which Winter Classic was he on? 2011?
That was the first one.
2008?
Vitale?
Yeah.
Oh
think
no,
it was
2011.
2011.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
was
like
11.
I feel like I
He
see
has-
him in
well,
the dark blue.
Well, I know he has the helmet from the Winter Classic, but then just a normal Vegas gold jersey. He has it photo matched. He has the stick, jersey, pants, skates, and gloves and helmet. Like he has the whole. That's in
a
the photo.
kick-ass Halloween costume.
I'm Joe
My-
Vitale.
My one friend, he has a Chris Connor jersey,
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
the
wow.
light blue one.
I remember when he
I'm
was like
sick.
a fad for like
When
2
he was
weeks.
he was like the Gensel.
One of
for
my
a
friends
second.
had a Christensen jersey.
I heard Christensen,
The shootout god.
Is that what we're calling him now?
Yeah.
part of the host of Pastoral Dupuis trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he been replaced?
I'm going Connor Sherry, by the way.
Fair enough. Who's
Does Derek Brassard assist on that goal?
Yes.
Yeah, of course he
You
does.
know, I'm donating $1 for every point Brassard gets in the postseason to the Humboldt Fund.
What do you have, like $3?
Yeah, and
I was
it's
gonna
like
say, how much money are they sending you?
it's like I'm about. I should have done. I could have done it for like $5.
You should have done Gensel.
Oh.
No,
He wouldn't be able to live.
your ass would have been banked.
Yeah.
$100 for every point Jake Densel gets.
Yikes.
Damn.
Who?
Got
Who's the guy on
$2,100.
the Avalanche who's insane in shootouts? Wait, no, Panthers. Panthers.
Barkov.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
God, have you ever seen those compilations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So
Let's
You
go
see-
home, baby.
UC Jokinen too.
He's faltered time and time through his career, but
I'm saying he was the
Yeah,
he
he
was the
was
shootout
I mean, like
goat.
10 years ago.
He was
Yeah.
the shootout goat. He was the original shootout goat.
yeah.
TJ Oshie.
Are we forgetting about
Shut up,
Datsuk?
Smitty.
Russia should have won.
Yeah, but Datsuk did that shit in game too,
Yeah, good point.
so I'm not counting.
Datsuk's just the GOAT in general, not
Yeah,
the shootout guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay, well,
So, like, subscribe.
hit the bell when you subscribe so you know when we post because, YouTube likes to do that stuff.
Don't
now,
be
so
afraid to comment and tell us how bad this is.
Don't do that, but definitely ask your questions in the comments. I mean,
Trash.
I didn't even check those ones from last week. If
Yeah.
there were any.
Send nude.
Twitter,
Probably weren't any, let's be honest.
Still
Twitter,
send nudes,
SoundCloud. Look at our merch shop if you want.
if you want.
Yeah.
So, bye.
New Hampshire.
Peace.